Persistence, passion, and patience. These are the three pillars of building any successful business or being successful in life in general. These are today's topic in this podcast, the DC CyberSec podcast. Welcome, and I hope you enjoy your stay. Before we get started though, I want to touch on a few different subjects, and it's not just going to be about, persistence, passion, all of these things. There's a few different topics thrown in here and a bit of story time. So sit back, get some snacks, get a drink, and enjoy the show. My first topic that I want to mention, and something that I guess I've sort of become aware of recently, is my newfound respect for fathers. It was Father's Day a week or so ago, I think, for the US, and not for me, because Australian Father Day is on a different day. But when I was thinking about it, I was thinking, and with this new addition to my life, my son, is basically the topic of tackling work and having a family. What I really want to cover here is that for any of you guys out there who have a kid, specifically the men who are watching this podcast, massive respect for you. Hats off to you. You are absolute champions. It's not easy to be able to work and provide and also be present for your kids. And the people out there who are doing this, both mothers and fathers, honestly, you guys are champions. It's not something easy when you're going on, maybe like 3 hours sleep during the night, which is broken up between every few hours, and then going to work the next day and just cracking on through it. Massive respect to you. It's not easy, and obviously I've never been aware of this before because I've never been in this situation before, so I couldn't speak of this from experience. But now that I can absolutely say, you guys are awesome. Well done, and keep cracking on. I know as a father, there's not a lot you can do at the start for the baby, but there is a lot you can do for your partner at the start, I believe anyway. And that is because obviously the mother is there to provide milk, and if possible, of course, and the love as well and nurturing. And while you can do that as a father, I don't think it's sort of like it's not something you're doing all the time because you can't feed it. Men's nipples are useless in this situation, basically. So it's you can support your partner and obviously keep cracking on at work and make the money to get things moving. But I just feel like the fathers in a newborn situation are often overlooked. And I'm not trying to take this away from the mothers out there. I'm just trying to provide a bit of support to the guys out there as well. With that out of the way, I would like to talk about the main point of today's video or podcast, which is persistence, patience, and passion. Now, these sort of 3 Ps go hand in hand with each other as far as businesses are concerned, or even working every day, to be honest. If you don't have passion, then you probably won't start the business in the first place. A business is usually brought out of passion, if that's passion for money or passion for a certain lifestyle or passion for the type of work that you are going to do. This is sort of the spark that starts the business and gets things moving to begin with. But without persistence and without patience, your passion will fail over time eventually. Passion only goes so far, but if you have persistence to keep going, and this is kind of like when people talk about motivation and discipline, which is something that I've done on this channel before as well, and I've seen a lot of sort of misguided guidance out there on persistence, discipline, and motivation before that, and I'm not trying to prove these people wrong. I'm just trying to give my opinions here as well, as that if you have the passion to start off with, fantastic, run with it. But without the persistence to keep things going and the patience when things are not going so well that your persistence is not paying off, then over time it eventually will. And having that patience there is kind of hand in hand with the others. Talking about setting these sort of business goals is the way I do it, and what works for me is to set micro goals on a daily, weekly, monthly, and then long-term goal sort of setup. How I do this is by setting calendar entries for each day, which is kind of like a hard goal to complete at that time. And a quick little dopamine hack that sort of keeps this momentum going is to, when you create that item in the calendar, do it straight away. Just get it done. It's in the calendar. You know you've done it. Use it as a record that you have done that before, so that when you look back on it eventually, you can say, oh yeah, I did do that on that day. Then take this and use that you've created this item for the day, and use that dopamine to say, okay, look, I've done this one thing and I've actually done it ahead of time. Kind of like tricking yourself into thinking that you've done something ahead of time, even though you could have done it at any time during the day. Don't wait for it to come up due. Get it done straight away and have the record there in your calendar that you did do it. This is specifically useful for people starting a business. Not so much in your working life, but you could use it in your working life as well, especially if you treat your business like a job, which is something I've talked about before. Then you have your weekly goals, which are slightly bigger goals, and that's just once a week goal, which usually has a lead time of 1 to 2 days before or after on when you actually get it done. These are more of a soft goal, which is a larger piece of the puzzle to complete within a time period. Then you have your monthly goal, which can sort of go a few days each side as well, which is again another soft goal. And then you have your future goals of something that you would like to complete in the distant future, a really high level goal, nothing too detailed, just an idea even of what you want to work towards. Which brings me sort of to my next topic, which is the difference between a boss and a leader. It's a long segue, but stick with me. Over the last few years, I've been working as a consultant in mostly middle management between different managed service providers and executive sort of level roles. And as I work towards myself getting to a more executive role within my own personal career goals, I've been sort of observing different businesses, business owners, and employees within a business unit, and trying to decide on the kind of boss that I would like to be, or the kind of leader that I would like to be within an organization. I've seen a lot of bad leaders, I would consider bad anyway, who sort of tell people what to do and just boss people around, but don't give too much guidance. They just say, do this, do that, do this, and then they just sort of leave them to go and do it, and often don't try to help manage the situation, rather than just what they do, in fact, is just tell them what to do and hope that it gets done, and then crack the shits when it doesn't actually get done, surprisingly. So thinking of this and working towards my own goals of becoming a CEO of an MSP, quite a large MSP as well, hopefully, would be to decide on the type of boss or leader that I want to be. And I think personally, with my own skill set within technology and the years of experience that comes with it, as well as the experience of managing different types of people within different types of business units, the type of leader that I want to be personally is one who helps nurture the employees so that the employees are happy in their workplace, but also working towards a greater goal within their own careers, because no one wants to stay in the same job. Although maybe some people do want to stay in the same job forever, but the majority want to move up and progress themselves. And I want to be able to nurture that and not hold people back from their own goals, but by also keeping things within reason within a business. Now, obviously, a lot of people can't stay within a business for a very long time and do in fact have to leave that business to then chase their own career goals. That's perfectly normal. I mean, I've done that heaps in my own career, but it is something that I really want to focus on as being a leader, and while the business is operating, to really be hands-on with the solutions and not sort of just an observer, which I see a lot of. And I don't like that approach because I feel it's very impersonal and just doesn't sit right with me, you know? I really like the idea of like actually helping people out to achieve their own goals within their own personal career line, and to give them that guidance on where I hope that they can go within their own career, and not be like this backstabbing asshole that I see so many times in executive positions where people are full of empty promises. And mate, it just drives me up the wall. Like, these people are really pushing hard to achieve what they've been promised, and then when they get to that point and they're like, oh look, I've done this and this and this, they're like, it's like holding a carrot on a stick in front of these people saying like, oh yeah, okay, well you just need to do this extra, and you just need to do this and this, and really grinding them out to hate both the business and probably their own job. They just get this disdain for the position that they're in, and I hate that. That really annoys the shit out of me. Quick plug for my Discord server. It is discord.gg/DC CyberSec. It is a great community of people starting up businesses, people just meeting each other in random life situations. Like there was a couple of guys in the Discord the other day who actually met up in real life. And this happens fairly often, apparently. I wasn't aware of it until a few people posted a photo and they're all hanging out, and I was like, that's incredible. This is all from a Discord server. How cool. So jump on over there, discord.gg/DC CyberSec. There's no money involved in it unless you want to boost the server, but that's entirely up to you. And while I've got you on the promo chain, please do smash like, comment down below if you have any questions, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. So my next topic is around something that I mentioned in a previous video, which is that I want to buy a sports car. Now this purchase is maybe not what you think, and I wanted to explain this because it actually has quite a lot of meaning to me to work towards this as one of my main goals. The car in question is a Lotus Elise S, and it's probably an older model. It won't be a new car because I definitely can't afford a new one. And it is not for internet clout or showing off or being like some of the cyber mentors out there who buy cars just to flex on everyone that they've basically been scammed out of money. It's not like that at all. The whole point of having this car, wanting this car, is for my father. My father is a guy who has worked multiple jobs through his entire life. He's now retired, and he primarily worked for the government his entire life. He did this not out of the love of the job, definitely not. He did it out of the love of his children. He worked hard at these jobs and they're not fun jobs at all. It's all in like accounting and taxation and stuff like that, which doesn't actually interest him at all. He's actually quite a creative person. But he did this because it brings money and keeps food on the table for his family. And he always had this dream of having a British sports car. And now that he's retired, there's absolutely no chance of that being purchased because his purchasing power is just not that high. So his choices that he made are what enabled me to be able to work the way that I do now, to be able to take the risk to start a business or multiple businesses that I've started throughout my life, to be able to travel and work like I am doing. And not to say that, you know, I get any money from him or my family or anyone actually other than myself, but he did give me those life lessons to be able to learn to make money and to focus on myself so that I could do these things that I do. So this car is ultimately a purchase for him. The car would be under my own name, but the idea is that because I do travel fairly frequently, to buy the car, get the insurance, the registration, all of that stuff, and then basically give it to my father to use whenever he wants. For me, this is is a way of giving back. It's a way of providing to people that have helped me throughout my life. And I know it's like a drop in the ocean of the love and support that I've had, but it's important to me to be able to provide this for him to enjoy. And I mean, that's priceless, really. So there is a price on it though, which is why it's, main reason why I'm working towards all these things myself, like trying to move up in my career and make more money and do things. It's so that I can sort of give back, and while also looking after myself and my family. So I just wanted to clarify that so people didn't get the wrong idea that I want to eventually at one point buy this, cool sports car thing. That's sort of, it's cool. It is cool. I love that. And I haven't had a nice car for a very long time. In fact, at the moment, I currently don't own a car at all. I just use borrowed cars, which is perfectly fine. I do have a couple of old motorcycles, they were cheap. I mean, one of them was $1,500. The other one was $2,000. So definitely not like balling out here trying to show off to the world that, look at my fancy ass whatever. It's not like that. I show off by showing off freedom, if anything. And that's through life choices. But obviously there was help along the way, especially from my parents. So I think being able to give back to them is something that's just incredible for me. So yeah, that's the main thing. So this, as you may have guessed by now as well, these video series is going to go into my DC CyberSec podcast, which I'm hoping to record a new episode for each and every week with clips from the podcast split out, so that there is some like clips available for short form content, as well as this longer form content video where I'm talking about all of the different things that are currently happening. And in the sort of cybersecurity freelance, digital nomad, life goals realm, I think it's quite a cool topic because it's quite niche, where there's not really anyone out there who just talks about life experience as a cybersecurity professional or a business owner, especially in this sort of this digital age. I sound like AI. I've been using too much AI recently. And just having this as a sort of talking board for myself more than anything is something that I've found to be quite helpful for my own mental health. So that's the main reason for creating these longer form videos. I have made a bit of a promise to myself though, and a bit of a bet with actually the first ever person to join my Discord server 6 years ago now, I think it was, whose name is Bobby. Hello, Bobby. Which was, we made a bit of a bet on if I could grow this YouTube channel to 70,000 subscribers by the end of this year. So if you want to see me lose a bet, I actually bet against myself and said it's not going to happen. There's no way I'll get 70,000 subscribers, which is only 3,000 more than I have now, by the end of the year. So if you would like to prove me wrong, smash subscribe and you'll make Bobby a very happy man. But the promise I made to myself as well, aside from this bet, is to create lots of like daily life short videos like TikToks and Instagram reels and YouTube shorts to sort of show what the daily life is of someone working in cybersecurity, working for themselves, and just sort of talking a bit of shit, really. Just making a bit of noise about the stuff that's going on. It's something that people have asked for, so I'm happy to provide and get that going. So thank you for coming along. Please do subscribe to this channel. Comment below if you have any questions about anything that was discussed in this video. And once again, massive respect to all the fathers out there who are working day in, day out and just getting shit done. You guys are truly champions in my eyes. And I wish you all the best in your own mental health capacity, because it's just something that's not really talked about. And I think maybe it should be. So hats off to you guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all on the next video.